An ambitious soil health card has been launched to improve the soil fertility on a sustainable basis. In order to improve soil health, I propose to support Agricultural Ministry's organic farm scheme, Paramparagagat Krishi Vikas Yojana. The Pradhan Mantri Gram Sinchai Yojana is aimed at irrigating the field of every farmer and improving the water usage efficiency to provide per drop more crop. I am allocating rupees 5,300 crores to support micro-irrigation watershed programs and Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sinchai Yojana. I urge the states to chip in substantially in this vital sector. To support agriculture sector with the help of effective and hassle-free agricultural credit with special focus on small and marginal farmers, I propose to allocate rupees 25,000 crores in 15-16 to the corpus of Rural Infrastructure Development Fund set up by NABARD, 15,000 crores for Long-Term Rural Credit Fund, 45,000 crore for Short-Term Cooperative Rural Credit Refinance Fund, and 15,000 crores for Short-Term RRB Refinance Fund. Farm credit underpins the efforts of our hard-working farmers. I have therefore set up an ambitious target of rupees 8.5 lakh crores of credit during the year 15-16, which I am sure the banks will surpass. An evasion of tax foreign asset, prosecutable of rigorous imprisonment, with punishment of rigorous imprisonment up to 10 years. This offence will be made non-compoundable. The offender will not be permitted to approach the Settlement Commission. Penalty for such concealment of income and assets will be at the rate of 300% of the tax shall be levied. Non-filing of return or filing of return with inadequate disclosures of foreign asset will be liable for prosecution and punishment of rigorous imprisonment up to 7 years. Income in relation to undisclosed foreign asset or undisclosed income from any asset will be taxable at the maximum marginal rate. Exemption or deduction which may otherwise be applicable in such cases shall not be allowed. Beneficial owner or beneficiary of foreign asset will be mandatorily required to file a return even if there is no taxable income. Abettors of such offences, whether individuals, entities, banks or financial institutions, will be liable for prosecution and penalty. A very important dimension to our tax administration is the fight against the scourge of black money. A number of measures have already been taken in this direction. I propose to do much more. We need to revive growth and investment to ensure that more jobs are created for our youth and benefits of development reach millions of our people. We need to enable tax policy for this. I have already introduced a bill to amend the Constitution of India for goods and services tax in the last session of this August House. GST is expected to play a transformative role in the way of our economy functions. It will add buoyancy to our economy by developing a common Indian market and reducing the cascading effect of the cost of goods and services. We are moving on various fronts to implement GST from next year. We need a transformative piece of legislation in indirect taxation and transformative measures in direct taxation. The basic rate of corporate tax in India is 30%. The rates prevalent in other major Asian countries, making our domestic industry uncompetitive. Moreover, the effective collection of corporate tax is only 23%. We lose out on both counts. We are considered as having a high corporate tax regime, but we do not get that tax due to excessive exemptions has led to pressure groups, litigations, and loss of revenue. It has also given room for avoidable discretion. I therefore propose to reduce the rate of corporate tax for 30% to 25% over the next 4 years. This will lead to higher level of growth and more jobs.